Know when the sound is working.
I don't think they heard you.
Okay, I'll just say it.
Yes. All right, so we already have a bit of a leaderboard that we can track informally. In first place is Chris Bidwell with 1,500 points.
And sound is back, so they can hear our beautiful voices.
Beautiful. And he has already surpassed his score 20-fold.
So very much better start for Chris Bidwell here. Kind of early for all these players, so can't really say a whole lot about them, but it looks like we have Birb and Vince with pretty good games to start.
Yeah, just about equal paces. Birb getting really nice. That's like 5 burns so far, 85% TRT.
And the sound is very loud.
Now the sound is loud. Yeah. All right. Yeah, we're working on getting everything balanced out. So now we will talk in whispers until it is resolved.
Chris Bidwell. Chris in trouble.
Oh my gosh. The first and second scores of the qualifier, all Bidwell. Can he continue the streak? All right, 43,000 points. At this rate, in about like 20 games, he'll get his way to the maxouts.
Is the sound good, by the way? Just let us know when it's, if it's, still too loud.
Right.
We still have to, work out some of the kinks here.
Yeah.
So
while we're doing that, we might as well introduce yourself. I am the commentator on the left. I am Michael Buster. And with me is my commentator on the right side.
It's Darky One.
Alright, hello. We're here to preview the ultimate Tetris experience.
But, in actuality, this is, on the left we have a very famous Tetris player known as one of the leaders in the Tetris community. It is Fractal.
Hello. Hello, it is Fractal. And we have somebody who has been labeled as an up-and-comer, but somebody who I always knew was going to pop up. All time.
The first hour of qualifying,
and
because this guy has to qualify next.
Let's take a look at Birb's deck. He got a pretty high situation, holes at the top, but knew how to get pieces to the left and right, and has cleaned outs, and is promptly rewarded for his efforts.
It says, okay.
Missions
yeah.
working to fix out.
Yeah, so sorry about that.
Fix all the technical issues.
We'll hopefully have that sorted out by later.
Yeah, at some point you will all know the story about everything that has happened in the
Vince
process
with
of
a lot of
setting up.
misdrops. It's going to be done at 322.
322, the new first place on the leaderboards. Yeah.
Although Birb is actually already past that, so...
Right, so we have to see whether he chooses to reset his console out of anger, or whether he will submit whatever score he ends up with. Maybe it'll be a max out.
Okay,
he's
Mike
certainly on
is
pace
good.
to do so.
Awesome. And little cutie Hana in the chat saying that Tetris is more important than high school. I mean, education is pretty important.
No, I disagree. Not for long.
You can't be saying stuff like that.
Okay. But what I can be saying is that Chris Bidwell is once again high up on the board. And he has improved his qualifier.
Sound was good. Oh, shit.
Once again.
And Bidwell tops out 164.
Yes.
We don't have...
What? The spreadsheets? I don't know where that is.
Okay, whatever.
Okay. It's we'll figure it out. Yeah. Okay, again, if they're in the chats, it is hard for us to measure a stream that's we're honestly not watching because the bandwidth inside large convention areas is very questionable.
Yeah. So please bear with us.
But you know what isn't questionable? That floating L piece by Vince. We have to wonder what happened there. It seems like he has reset out of frustration.
And
there we go.
Meanwhile, on the bottom, BirbWizard with a pretty good game. 523 into transition. Potentially has an outside shot at getting a max out.
Right. All right, he's getting clean. This board can admit any piece that he desires.
And for those of you tuning in, this is the DAS qualifiers. So people are going to be holding the controller, holding down the buttons rather than tapping them or moving their hand on the back of the controller like with the faster speeds. So these players are going to have to deal with the lower speeds for their entire day today.
Their entire day. Yeah, and lower speeds do mean that you have to take more risks in order to get comparable levels of points to those we see of the top players.
But BirbWizard managing pretty well right now.
Ooh, gets a really high bar. That was known as a quick tap, I believe, an advanced technique to get a little bit of extra motion, considered the pinnacle of DAS movements.
Yeah, one of the main things with
Gets a bar, but covered up.
Birb, okay, is able to get, might be able to bring this back down.
Right, and he's being so disciplined about this. Right, I think it's an uncomfortable choice to put the bar where he did all the way to the left, but I do think it was the correct one. We'll see what he can get to the left right now. That's an early shift.
And it's going to be done probably at 5.
Top out, but that is the highest score of the day, 584,000.
Still a very, very respectable score.
Yes, a great foundation to build upon. All right, on the bottom we got Bidwell with the high up board and the means to get out of it. Burning down, taking the easy burns. Now makes a hard move.
Very nice piece there. At 142.
Yeah, and meanwhile we got Vince at the bottom. 27% Tetris rate is not the kind of thing you want on your report card when you're going home to show your parents, but
you know what they say, survival is more important.
Survival is more important, especially when there is plenty of time left in this qualifier. All right, you want to get at least one respectable score.
Lesbian Sword Fighting asks, which brackets are going to be streamed? And
so I think I can answer that question. So Classic Tetris 1 and 2 are going to be covering the gold brackets for both tournaments, and then the silver brackets will be Classic Tetris 3. And excitingly, we also have a bronze event, which will be geared towards the Smash Brothers players. situation. Gets the bar over for those last points. Just shy. Might be. Okay. Oh, no, we'll set it up later. Wait, you can't just start over? Yeah, that is a good point. These are qualifiers. These are not actual matches. So rules work a little differently. You can play as many games as you can fit within the time slots, and the best one is the only one that we will consider. However, if you manage to get the game's highest possible score, which is just shy of 1 million points, then you'll be able to count as many of those as you can handle.
And actually, before in the chat, APL SEDs, welcome in. Asks, how do they start on level 18? Game check. No, the way that you start on speeds like level 18 is you go to, when you select the level, like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if you hold down A and then press start, you'll be able to start on level 18. So if you go select 8 and then press A and start, you will start on level 18.
And this is the kind of thing that you have no way of knowing if you just like play the game as it is right now.
It's very
it is only present inside the game manual.
Yeah. So just as a they say, I did not know that. Thanks. Yeah, this is one of those things that like you see these top players start on these high speeds, and like it's not like so it's just some of these things that aren't immediately obvious.
Memes mic is just coming through fragments.
Oh, okay.
Oh shoot.
It seems like the chicanery shall continue. But it's fine. Here, wait. Is it only this microphone that's working? Oh, is it because you? Alright, we're still in the process of figuring things out. This is the tournament experience. You know how it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one works for like the loud.
The volume. Okay. Alright, so I can just keep talking? Yeah. Alright, speaking of talking, Chris Bidwell, high up once again, 28,000 points. He's gotten a lot of consistent scores in the 100K range, but he's really going to want to be gambling, or not really gambling, but sort of pushing for that one moment where the stars all align. Because that, in qualifiers, is the kind of thing that trumps consistency. At least at this level. Alright, and it looks like there is a bit of a lack of consistency from all of these players. We see Bidwell once again succumb to the game. BirbWizard just cleared out of a dig. Vince in the middle of finishing his process.
A little bit of a weird board, but should be able to get it back down.
Right. Alright, has 6 lines to do so. It is the
look at that drought counter. 43 pieces without a long bar.
Yeah.
This is definitely not what you want. And 1 line until transition.
Oh, he didn't go for the swag.
And no, it's going to top out at 432.
We only hear 1 qualifier directly, yeah. Again, keep letting us know in chats any audio issues, any production quality issues. It is.
And it looks like Kingsman 36 says that my voice is back, so.
Okay. Yeah. Because, yeah, we are going to be your main interface, but we also do not have like direct access to the stream.
Yeah. So yeah, we're still trying to figure out some of the tech issues right now.
So we're
so sorry about that.
Counting on you.
And the Kingsman 36 says, Fractal, tell Vince to stop playing like Marts.
Vince, stop playing like Marts. Stop playing like Marts. This is the message from Kingsman 36. This is Kingsman. Okay. Okay.
Wait, do you want us to like act like we're commenting? Oh, okay.
Apologies for the silence. We were forcefully forced to do a photo op in the middle of our jobs.
Fractal's leaking information. Fractal's leaking information from... Fractal's leaking staff information to the public right now.
Also, I must apologize. I was told to relay a message from Kingsman, but it got a bit lost. What was I supposed to tell him?
Isn't he supposed to be out with his wife?
And Kingsman says, "Thank you, Fractal. Now Vince will take you seriously." So it looks like it worked.
What do you mean? I'm always taken seriously.
I don't think so. But
That's very mean.
that's not. It's not mean if it's the truth. So, just saying, it's not mean. You can't argue with the truth, like. But the other truth that we should actually be focusing on is Birb's game right now, looking pretty good. Another pretty good game from BirbWizard, right now at 405, and closing in on transition. So another very decent shot at beating his score. I believe right now has a 584. So definitely another good shot to beat that score and maybe even get that 999,999, the max out.
Yeah, we've been seeing that Birb has had these consistent, solid level 18 starts, but the 19 hasn't found its footing yet. And in some aspects, this is to be expected. The timing is different. The speed is faster. Everything is just a little bit harder.
And there we go. Birb in at 436. So another shot to potentially get a higher score.
Yeah. All you can really do is just keep going through the attempts, figure out what's going wrong, and then fix it.
And APL SED asking in the chat, Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy or Kovaniki, or how do you pronounce that?
Korobeniki, I think. All right, speaking of pronunciation, Birb once again high up on 18. All right, gets one burn but cannot get the next.
Oh, but isn't able to get anything, and it's gonna be done. Not quite there at the
yes,
score
but
yet.
the Type A music is Sugar Plum Fairy, and I believe that is exclusive to Classic Tetris. All right, every other Tetris game, official and possibly not, will definitely use Korobeniki.
Yeah, personally, I kind of like Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy. I don't know if it's because I play Tetris a lot on the NES, but
Do you play with music on?
I don't, but I have actually in the past. But I don't really play that much with music the music in game anymore.
Yeah.
I prefer just like, you just like sit down, listen to your own music on Spotify, and you just vibe. It's fun.
Yes. And speaking of Spotify, Chris Bidwell is in a tricky spot. Another misdrop. All right, high up. This is like about the limit of what can be comfortably handled with enough time, but
but
there's also time that you can't be efficient.
Beautiful there from. Oh, but no, it's not gonna get out of that.
Yeah. We got to reset, and we still got plenty of time. We have many minutes left in this qualifier. I believe 36, 37 minutes left.
And WD Subia, welcome in, says, "Love memes vibes." Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Well, Fractal's vibes on the other hand, like.
You couldn't just take the compliment, could you?
I have to, like, people don't know the truth. Like, you're just, like, people need to know about this. It's not just important to me. It's also important to, I think, all these people.
Here.
When
you're 30 seconds away, let us know, Kyle, when you're 30 seconds away from getting it back in, and then we will script a conversation. What is going on?
Oh my god, it's broken again.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Take your time. Just.
No, Arcane is such a good show. Like, actually, like.
I see. Is that the main issue?
It's
Okay.
back. It's back.
Yeah. Yeah. So. Yeah, we're definitely trying to get all of the kinks in our production pipeline sorted out right now.
So sorry if the audio
Yeah.
cuts out.
Yes. Thank you for your patience. You know how it is. Like we're like community's mostly software engineers. We test everything in production.
Mm-hmm.
It all worked yesterday. Classic words. All right.
Oh,
But let's take a
Bidwell
look.
with a very good game.
Yeah, 271,
271,
108.
yeah.
This could be extended to 300 pretty comfortably. 400 if the cards are played in the right order and in the right places.
And Mira Riker in the chat asking, how did a chair score 700k? I can barely do that myself. Chairs, well, little known fact about chairs is, like, if you just say some magic words, I don't know what they are, but, apparently you can get them to play Tetris for you. And that's, like, it's a weird quirk about chairs, is, like, they specifically only know how to play Tetris.
I remember trying to figure out what these words were a while back. I spent like 5 hours working on it, and I think the best I could get was just like make really loud noises, and then 281 top out for Bidwell.
And Sky 10 with a lot of ease says Avada Kedavra, and that'd be kind of interesting if you could say that, and it just like everybody knows that as the killing curse from Harry Potter, but that would be really interesting if it had a sort of opposite effect on chairs. Not sure if we're gonna try that, but
Neuro model less like a top loader. We kind of just have to use whatever's on hands. So on some of our other stations, so you can see 4 setups right here. We have, I believe, 12 other CRTs
Yep.
set up. We're not using original consoles for all of them.
And I believe some of them are on Classic Tetris 2 right now.
Yeah. We've tried to select these at the fronts,
Actually,
especially for their quality in particular, and you can see how well they've been responding to Nestor Champs. I think we've certainly succeeded.
Especially BirbWizard, who is on another good game.
Yeah.
456 right now. Just always comes up just a little bit short from that 580s.
But not this time.
But this time, definitely wants to make a statement. Wants to say, "Hey, I will not choke
And
this."
wants to fill that eye dependency on the left, which he should be able to
slight
do.
misdrop, but is not very low on the board, so
Pretty good degree of
it's gonna be
comfort.
fine,
All right.
hopefully.
Right
But
now.
it needs another long bar now.
Gets 1.
And with that long bar, goes into transition at 512.
Chooses
so
to play safe. Definitely feeling the experience from.
another chance at beating his 500k score.
Right. But it's a bit of a double-edged sword when you try and play safe, because then you kind of play a little differently than you're normally supposed to, and you start taking, like, you start avoiding risks that don't actually exist and creating new types of risks that you think you're not getting into because you're just...
Birb. Can he get a long bar over or something? No, he isn't.
Yeah.
And
At some
not
point,
gonna
I wonder if strategically it's optimal to sacrifice a bit of qualifying time to just start a 19 and try and work out whatever issues there are. Calibration
I guess it's
on these
just one of
speeds
those
is so
trade-offs that you have to
difficult.
make. But
It is.
we can see if that's what Birb decides to do.
Yeah. All right.
It looks like we're about halfway there. We got around
Halfway.
30 minutes left.
I think it's just about 30 minutes. I believe Zempro said quals end at 11:36.
And APL SCD asks again, so not all of these are original hardware,
Yeah, that's correct. We have some Retrons.
which is just like a third-party sort of thing.
Right. Everything up that you can see right now on this channel is original console, though. So
Oh, Appleseed. Oh, thank you so much. I'll remember this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so sorry about that.
Okay, we got people. People are building up the stacks. All right, this is 3 times as much activity as I actually signed up for earlier today. I was informed that it would only be Burb. And then, thanks to some last-minute plans, he has been joined. Good friends. Bidwell is saying something. I cannot hear it. Yeah. All right. Out of all the scores that are up right now, it looks like Bidwell is in the lead. 169,000, 36 lines, 487 at the end, and a fairly clean stack. Nice adjustments. All right, it's sort of filled in that eye dependency right as the bar was coming. Makes for a really nice surface when you can do that. Yeah. So the thing to watch for when you're watching Tetris players is what happens right as the piece is about to hit the ground. Because that is where the magic happens. That is where all the most advanced moves happen. In the form of what are called adjustments. Reactions to the next piece that cause a change in the original plan because you see something better. So there's a lot of processing mental processing that gets done within that really short time frame. And it's where you see players' most brilliant moves most of the time. The other thing you want to watch for, especially with this playstyle, is when players are very high up. We'll notice right now that the pieces move at a pretty constant rates, but there is a special move where you'll see the piece sort of jerk at the very end, where it moves for an instant faster than it feels like it should. That is what's called a quick tap. All right. It is an advanced technique in the DAS playstyle. And it is used for just a little bit of mobility. It has some really interesting trade-offs that we'll get into later, because it looks like all players are low enough that they can handle things using more conventional weaponry.
And look at Bidwell right now with another pretty solid game. 278 right now.
Yeah, he's waiting to fill the left. A bit of a bizarre choice since he had the pieces to burn out of it cleanly.
No, but isn't able to get that over, and that...
Not yet. It's not over. It's not over. He can still dig out of this. Right? Right? Oh.
Oh, and Bidwell's going to be done at 285.
285. Another pretty good game. I don't know if that beats his qualifier PB for the hour. Huh?
4K.
By 4K? Excellent. So, yeah. Constant stream of improvement from Chris Bidwell, and he has just about 25 minutes.
So, still plenty of time to be at his score.
Yeah. So one detail about how qualifiers work is that the last game can be finished after the time has expired. All we care about is that it starts before the hour is up. So if Burb is at 5 seconds, tops out, chooses to play a different game, then it will count.
And meanwhile, in the chat, it looks like TiVo_its_is rooting for Chris Bidwell, along with DJ Mr. Boro. Welcome in. And Mirror Riker says, Burb's got the head bounce. He's unstoppable right now.
Oh man, it's so locked in. I wonder what he's listening to. It's these headphones. And we'll have to ask him after the fact.
But whatever it is, it's making him play just really, really well on these level 18 speeds. Again, just another killer 18 from
a
Burb.
high board that was.
But he's going to be okay. Oh, a little bit of weird placements.
All right, yeah.
Kind of shook his head there.
Fortunately, opted to use the long bar to uncover the hole, and the consequence of that is that he's having to burn a bit more normal, lose a bit of pace, but we'll be on track to hit that 500K by level 19, as he has done many times today.
Many, many times.
But again, it comes down to being on 19, just knowing the timings, making sure that the stack stays low and controlled, and that the inputs are precise.
Oh, and actually, at the top, look at Vince. Right now at 300K at around 80 lions.
Yeah,
so
this is, again, the 500K pace.
Very good start from Vince here. Could potentially break his current score, which is I believe like a 500, right?
I think.
Or like 400.
400.
Yeah. Very good shot
Yeah.
at beating that.
Yeah.
And look at Birb yet again on another good game.
Another good game. Oh, that's a
480.
bit of an uncomfortable stack. Too many like squarish holes
And
that aren't good for the pieces that he got right now.
is able to get the long bar in at 504.
Oh, choosing to stay up.
Needs the bar, gets the bar, and
Only
it's just a
hole.
little bit away from his current best, which is 580.
580. Oh, I do not like that left side. I do not like that right side either. There's so many bumps. But he's able to get out of that. This is not really clean. Oh, there's a center row possibility. One more piece will set it up. He gets the piece that he
Where's
wants,
the-
but it's a bit high.
But where's
He's
the
made
long
himself
bar?
dependent. All right, so this is quick tappable.
No, but doesn't get it, and it's gonna top out just short. Oh no.
Yeah, so once again, early level 19 top outs.
Oh, and look at Vince, still going.
Still
strong,
going.
though.
Yeah, about to hit the 500. I think this is a qual. This is a qual PB. So yeah, one Tetris, then another. Oh wait, that wasn't Tetris ready. I misread the board.
And you'd
Bummer.
think after all these years of playing Tetris. Yeah, he's just like he's looking at me with just this defeat look.
That is a hurtful thing to say.
And I mean,
Vince with the triple to go into transition. Has a safe board.
Appleseed, I'm asking if this is Genesis, and yes, this is Genesis, the famous Smash event here in San Jose, California.
Yes. And speaking of Smash, Vince smashes that L piece down for a major clear, but makes a
Gets
bit
that
of a
piece over.
dependency on the left. This is a diggable stack provided the pieces fall in the correct way. That is not a correct piece.
Please get the long. Oh no.
And that is not a correct
But
placement.
it's going to improve his score.
Yeah. All right, Birb taking a minute to collect himself. Start again on 18.
With 1 point.
And at this point, I do have to wonder whether this is the optimal strategy. This is the optimal strategy. Like, I do think it's worth like spending some time on 19 trying to like establish a rhythm, because at this point, it does feel like you spend 6 minutes just to go into a level that you haven't adequately prepared for.
Yeah. Maybe that could be
Yeah.
a play for Birb, but it looks like he's just going to continue going,
Yeah.
playing level 18.
And neither of us are in the driver's seat. Oh, it looks like Bidwell on
And
the 19
Summer
starts.
B 76 in the chat saying, go Vince, go Birb, go Bidwell.
Oh. Rooting for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
How boring.
That is not boring. That is not boring. Like, do you know anything about kindness and respect?
Huh? I know that we need more drama in the Tetris community. We need controversy. How else will we get clicks and views and upvotes?
Yeah, can we get this guy from commentating?
All right, and speaking of kicks, all players looking to improve their kickers with these essentially newly formed games.
And Summer B saying saying what I've been saying. It's nice. Commentator suffers from brain rot. You've been looking too much at the internet. You've been playing too much Tetris. And I've also heard you've been getting into Osu Taiko.
Huh? Yes, I have. I've also heard you've been getting to Arcane. Would you like to tell us a little bit about that?
No. I don't know what Arcane is. Like, he keeps saying just random nonsense.
Huh? Speaking of random nonsense, what is that potential tuck setup for BirbWizard? All right, this could be resolved in a very cool way. We'll have to wait and see. 1 piece and then 2 piece. And that is a blue piece and that is a red piece.
And Agent AGNT V3CTR, Agent Vector,
Vector.
I think I know how to read now, says, we have enough drama IRL, let's all be chill, lol.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Fractal.
Alright.
Like, you have to be chill. You have
Okay,
to be
so
chill.
what's going on
no
these
drama.
boards? Yeah, Bidwell forced to make that hole, had a bumpy stack, and then had a square. That is combination that Tetris players know and deplore. But here's another combination that Tetris players love. It's the center well. 3 rows up for Chris
dirty
Bidwell.
Center well from Bidwell. Throwback to Quaid.
Yeah, and he built that up perfectly. Both the left and the right were exactly 4 high. Got all the way to the bottom of the dig.
And in the chat, Blue Scooty's grandpa says, "Hi, everybody. Good luck."
Hi, Blue Scooty's grandpa.
Yeah, welcome in, Blue Scooty's grandpa. Of course, we all know Blue Scooty as the boy who beat Tetris, the boy who broke the game.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, he was not able to make it out here, but his grandpa saying hello in the chat and rooting on people.
Yeah.
Very just Blue Scooty's family, all very big fans of Tetris and super supportive, and so we really appreciate them showing up in the chat, and even if they can't be here, just giving us support.
All right. Okay, once again, we got Birb with the respectable pace, but the story of this qualifier is whether the 19 game will cooperate. I tend to think of it, I think most people think of Tetris in an adversarial way. I tend to think of it as mutual cooperation. Learning how to coexist with the game.
Yeah, I mean, have you guys heard of fractal RNG?
Hmm?
Like,
Well, why do you think I get it? I know how to talk to the game. I know how to make it work with me. It is a mutually beneficial relationship, and that is what all Tetris players should seek. Along with getting out of digs, which Bidwell is doing so right now. This game has lasted a pretty long time, and he's had some impressive plays in the midst of it.
all of them maybe are sort of learning how to communicate with the game and just sort of cooperate. Very, very solid games right now.
Yeah. All right. Looks like Vince has restarted. Looks like Birb about to continue. Level 19 looms once again.
Yet another good game here from BirbWizard. Let's see if the 19 will work out this time. And also Bidwell, I think that breaks his highest score today, right?
Think so. Which is good. And yeah, he has all the momentum at the moment. All right, and there's no sign of any of that stopping. These are great pieces. These are great moves. That's a great fill. That is a great Tetris. All right.
So Bidwell closing almost at that level 19 transition.
Gets the bar because of course he does. He willed it.
Oh, okay, and Burns just in time does Birb at 5-10. Just another shot at getting past that 580 that he got earlier.
All right. The board is clean now. That is not something that can be said for many of his entries, and I think it's this sort of transitionary period that might be the most difficult right now.
And it looks like Birb opting to play a little bit safer.
Oh, that was cool. That was cool. That was really cool. That was
gets it over.
Great moves.
Is going to stay alive with a very good board still.
I think he had, oh no, that was...
And boom, another Tetris. But
another Tetris, but a misdrop. This is where the problems tended to cascade early on. We'll see if they can be improved here. This will be Birb's true test, and I think he's in the midst of succeeding.
And I think with that burn is going to beat his... This is going to be his highest score.
Yeah, we got a qual VB. All right, you'll want to direct your attention to the bottom right of the screen. This is where the furthest game has been progressed. This is where...
Oh, but look at the bottom left, too. Bidwell tops at 434.
434.
Is going to smash that 200K.
Just as you should smash that like button.
And over in the Twitch chat, EveC Live is raiding with a party of 4 raiders. Welcome in, EveC
How's it
Live.
going? Easy. All right, Birb almost all the way down. And is once again in contention for Tetris readiness. Aye, that's not a great stat. Those aren't great pieces. That is, however, a great resolution.
And Trisky_Sky in the chat saying, hi, we have raid.
We have
But
raid.
with RAYED.
All right, now that left side looks impossible, but it is accessible, believe, with pure dash even.
But needs good pieces to burn this down.
Wants some good pieces. Wants a long bar.
Oh my god.
That was definitely a
over.
quick tap. All right, Wells going to continue to be covered. This is getting dangerous. That center is not ideal.
I know it's going to top out at 620, but is going to beat his high score.
Yeah, I believe that's the highest score today that
Yes,
we've seen.
yeah.
All right.
And it looks like Bidwell is done.
Oh, he won. Congratulations on, I believe, our first completed qualifier of the day. And oh, it looks, or no, are they swapping?
Swapping. Oh.
I wonder if there's a CRT thing that's might be the difference between those two. We'll have to check this out later.
And Evesy Live in the chat saying, I just got CTM Qual PB. And for those of you who aren't aware, CTM is Classic Tetris Monthly, the monthly Tetris online Tetris tournament that so many of the people in the community compete in. And so this player got a new qualifying PB. So congratulations to Evesy Live.
All right. So yeah, we need to get the name swapped on the bottom. We'll have people on that in a bit. Oh, there's one. Yeah. BirbWizard Bidwell with the burns. And BirbWizard straight up with the clear well. All right, and now he waits as he has done so many times today, and he gets a Tetris as he has done so many times today. All right, very smart move with that bar. Had many places, chose the one that would best accommodate the T piece coming up next. All right, that is not an easy thing to react to. Just as managing a board this high is not an easy thing, as the drought continues and is resolved, well, composure. Really, that's what this game is about. Staying composed, staying calm. It is surprising how much of it can be determined by your mental state, which feels completely unrelated to any gameplay.
Yeah, and I'm sure you would know as a longtime competitor, especially at these live events.
Yeah.
Fractal, if you guys are not aware, very well known as the 2023 World Champion.
Yes.
And the winner of the recent Jonas Cup, a tournament that honors his legacy, replacing the old CTWC in Portland. So, very, very strong competitive history.
Yeah. I want to take a look at Birb's deck. So let's think a little bit about like what he's thinking about. So you see that square was very briefly in the leftmost column, and then he shifted it to the right, and that was because he saw a piece that he could slit into that left spot immediately afterwards. He went for it.
No.
Good stack. Bidwell with the
kind of looks like a tree, like a sort of like willow tree in a way.
Yeah. All right, Birb with the Tetris bar all the way to the right. The obvious choice for many of us, and for good reason too.
And Tivo says, sounds like Fractal. Man, his DMB collection is rad. Bone crushing.
Bone crushing.
I don't...
Have you ever had a bone be crushed before? I don't imagine it feels good.
I have.
What?
Bowling ball follows my toe.
I have been on forums that longtime fan favorite Anna D has suffered a horrific bowling ball incident. And I don't know what to make of this information. I have only fractured a bone once. It was at math camp.
Wait, what happened?
I played basketball and I like reached for the ball and it was, I just
Oh
rammed
my
my finger
God.
right into it.
Oh my god, that is...
So yeah, that is my
disgusting.
first and only math injury.
And certainly not the...
Okay, speaking of bone crushing, look at these bone crushing Tetrises from both players playing on the screen right now. We got Birb, we got Bidwell. Birb I think he's had many impressive 18 paces, but this one looks to trump them all. I feel.
Yes. Very solid start.
Right. You can see he's letting his stack get high, but he is not in any danger whatsoever. At least not that I've seen so far this game. And it's because he's careful to make sure that he has a plan for when pieces don't fall his way.
But it looks like right now they're falling his way. Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
So we have, I think, 9 minutes.
We have 9 minutes left, so this is enough to maybe finish this out, get a couple more attempts, and just pick the one that seems the most promising from the starts.
And Kingsman says, I'm surprised that it happened to Anna. I thought she would have been the one crushing Jabroni's bones.
That was a LP spin from BirbWizard.
And actually, yeah, if you guys didn't know, Anna D is right now sitting next to us. Just sort of keeping track of the scores. Do you
Yeah.
want to say hi?
Hey everyone.
Yeah.
I hope my dad's watching, so I want to give a special shout out to my dad. He's really cool.
I think I think Anna was at Genesis last year. I think my main interaction with her was like forcing her to top outs through my magic words.
You're so toxic.
Wow.
And
speaking of toxic, this is a radioactive transition from BirbWizard with a 600,000.
Okay, that was really good. That was actually really good.
Huh? Thank you. All right. You know what else is really good? That burn. Oh, sheesh. Had to take him out of Tetris readiness, but he'll live to tell the tale. All right, and he has all this opportunity to play it a bit safe, to stay a bit low, to get confidence on this extremely fast level because he did all that work earlier in getting that high transition. Right, this is all part of his plan.
Just scoring all of the points on level 18 today. Let's see if the 19 works out for him this
Right,
game.
he's already at the qual PBs, so again, bottom left of the screen this time. You want to see BirbWizard? As one piece gets the seconds. He's waiting for the bar.
Boom. Tetris for Birb.
Right. Now, pretty good stack. All right, that high left side becomes even more important with Das 19. It just makes things so much safer. All right, I think a lot of playing in comp, and especially playing in person, is managing nerves, and it helps a lot to make it so that you have a stack that does not make you nervous. This is what Birb was doing, but I'd argue that the stack that he just burned out of, a bit nerve-wracking.
Oh, but look at that drought. Okay, and just gets a long bar. 33-piece drought. Definitely not what you want.
Yeah, he has the momentum, and he has now the markings of a left side that is being built out. Has to take a triple again. And these triples barely taking him out of Tetris readiness, so he gets the bar.
And
It's difficult,
oh,
but there is no bar. There's a 20-piece drought. There is a path out.
But it's
Not with those
looking
pieces.
difficult, and
Yeah, this is
No,
unfortunate,
it
but he
doesn't look
does
like-
have more games. It is 11:30 now, but the qualifying started slightly later than that. There's about 6 minutes, 7 minutes left. So that is enough to get through one transition, decide whether it's good enough, then maybe try again.
but Birb still beats his old high score of 620. Very solid improvement.
Yeah. Right. So we'll be seeing maybe some different strategies in the approaches for people up on the stage. With these last few minutes, you want to be a bit more selective. There's no points in starting a game that you know won't be able to beat your current best score. So you might be seeing more resets. Resets on even paces that you might consider good, even paces that they might consider good. Because they don't want good, they want better.
And definitely, like, this is your time to shine. Like, you want to play your best
Right,
at
and
these live qualifiers.
yeah. Yeah. So we got new games from just about everybody. Currently, Vince is in the lead with 11 pushdown points. Bidwell chasing his hot in his tail at 7. Burb
And Birb is gonna beat that by
skyrocketing
a
to the
lot.
lead. That is like 1,000 times more points than anybody else, except for Vince, who has managed to impossibly close this distance. Will Bidwell clear a line? It looks like he doesn't. It looks like Burb doesn't. Got into that early dig. Decided he didn't want to deal with that. Resets.
Yeah, and that's some of the strategies in this qualifiers is, like, if you have a bad game and you don't have a lot of time left, is it worth playing out that game?
All right, this is something that every player has to answer for themselves.
And it looks like Birb decided the answer to that was no. I'm gonna play out another game.
Yeah, but the other answer is equally valid in certain times, I think. Because what you can do is you can say, oh, I think my qual is good enough right now. I want to just get more practice with like navigating tough situations. And so you don't reset and you keep playing.
Yes, yes, yes.
But
that is something that you can consider.
Something you can do.
But it looks like Birb is choosing to not do that.
Right. It doesn't help.
Just wants that high score, it looks like.
It doesn't help that this is the earliest qualifying slot with a very low amount of people participating even. So there's not a lot of information about what the rest of the bracket is going to look like.
And we do have some heavy hitters coming up. I believe in the next hour, we'll actually have Fractal qualifying for this tournament.
Who's Fractal?
Actually, that's a good question. Who is Fractal?
Oh my god, who is Birb? There were two tucks to the left and to the right.
And nice spin there for Birb.
Yeah.
Just a masterclass at Bass there.
Yeah. Alright. Das is one of those playstyles, I think, where a lot of what goes on in the background cannot be communicated just by looking at the pieces, but there is a lot of work that you have to do just to keep the pieces moving, just to sort of maintain what's called dash charge, which is this. Think of this as like a hidden meter that influences how the pieces move at any given time. And there's a lot of I kind of think of it as like housekeeping or like gardening in a sense,
Yeah.
where you're doing stuff to sort of tend to this charge. All right, like for example, there is a trick called the wall charge, which ensures that the hidden meter is always full. And what you do is you get up right next to a wall, and then you just tap into that wall. The problem is that walls can oftentimes be a bit small. All right, on level 18, you only have 3 frames, for example, that one, to hit that wall. And on level 19, you only have 2. Level 29, you only have 1 frame. So there's all these really precise tricks that might be going on in any given minute, and you can't see it because the piece is not going to move when you run into a wall.
Yeah, and that's the tricky thing about this is just you don't know when the piece is going to move, like the way you want it. It's a very tough balancing act.
Yeah.
And ooh, Birb with a little bit of a funky stack right now.
Yeah, so when you're in this kind of situation where you have like a hole in your stack, one option is to actually build it like really high, because it might be safer to do that than to attempt to like burn out of the hole and like put yourself even higher potentially with a less accommodating board. So
Yes. There are a lot of things that you have to consider.
Birb was low enough that he could just attack the hole directly, and he did. Tetris, 305,000, 83 points. This is looking right on track for 500,000 into level 19, which has been his staple the past hour.
Yeah, very, very strong level 18 transitions from Birb, but not quite able to make it on those level 19 speeds, sort of getting to him during this entire hour.
His most recent deep run, he had some great progress, some great Tetrises. All right, but he needs to get there first. All right.
Yeah, and that board with a little bit of holes in it.
Yeah, the board was comfortable, a bit less so. We'll see how he chooses to tuck it. There are like 3 pieces that could work. That's one of them.
And Tivo asking, where is this qualifying taking place? We are here in San Jose, California.
And Birb is up high.
At Genesis, one of the biggest Smash tournaments in the U.S.
Yeah. All right, Birb continuing to build 2 up. I really wants those Tetrises. We're coming up across the last minutes of the qualifiers, I believe. So this is kind of a do-or-die situation for Birb if he chooses not to reset, which doesn't look like he is. This is a good score. This could be 500. And again, it all depends on the level 19.
Yeah, but where is that long bar? Just no. Okay, gets that long bar. Thank God. Looks kind of scary, and it actually looks like our hour is up. So these are going to be our players' last games, which means they have one more shot to.
Right.
One more shot to. Jake, just get a better high score.
And again, because these games started a little before the time expired, they will be allowed to finish them out. So now it is all up to them to push them as far as possible to get a good score. All right, Birb not going to be able to make it to the 500K transition.
And Tivo saying, by the way, meme is unstoppable. Well, I don't know about that, but thank you. And Birb with his final transition of this qualifier.
Yeah, it's all up to the 19. And now 19, there is a large wealth of points that can be tapped into. But you need clean stacks, and you need fortunate long bars. Birb has a clean stack. That's one half. He's waiting on the other half. It's not coming. Needs to wait more. Has a double well. Can burn a little longer. All right, we'll probably have to burn out of this. He can't be dependent on a long bar. This game is the only game.
And it looks like Bidwell topped out early at 115. And so Bidwell is going to end with, I think, a 400.
Yes.
So very, very solid.
Yeah. Vince up there, I think he got like, I think he has like a 500. 500 in the bag. You'll see Birb with the center well. And yeah, now we see this trade-off. Do I play safe or do I go for points?
And JDH saying, tapping into points, is that allowed in a DAS qualifier?
Huh?
And
it is if he cheats.
You know a lot about that, don't you?
I know a lot about cheating.
Yeah. If anyone doesn't know, Fractal is known for
cheating.
A very peculiar griff. Would you like to explain it?
Later, because I'd rather look at what Birb's doing right now. There are, let's say, 200 to 300,000 points left with a really good game, so he had still very much potential to make his qual score much higher.
Center well and gets it.
Gets it. So we'll need 3 to 4 more
there.
Tetrises to exceed his PB, and we'll also need something for the left side, which has arrived. All right. Yeah, so if you can manage to get like 4 Tetrises, then that I think will be an extremely successful finish.
But ideally more, right?
Ideally more. We'll have to see. I think anything
if the pieces
greater.
Cooperate.
Yeah.
And Birb just disappointed that long bar came.
But not disappointed at that next one.
Well.
At 600,000, I believe he's only reached this mark once or twice before in the hour. Ooh.
You didn't have to bring that up, you know.
Huh?
You didn't have to bring that up.
I'm saying it's special. This is significance.
Yeah, it's special. You're saying it's special for someone to fail.
Huh? I'm saying it's special for somebody to succeed right now, and it looks like he's doing everything he can to keep himself succeeding. This is a Tetris-ready board. Yes. That's a long bar. That's a Tetris.
Set up for another Tetris.
All right, we just wait.
The long bar.
We wait. It feels like all we've been doing is waiting, but not
now
today.
At 700K.
All right, this is a PB. There are 4 more Tetrises left. All right, with this burn, he will have to play perfect in order to tap it.
And with that is going to be his qualifying score.
All right. And
so maybe shooting for a few extra points here and there before the kill screen.
This is the furthest we've seen anybody so far. 776. Beautiful skim.
Could get one more Tetris, I think, for the 800K, right?
Yeah, and we'll be able to see the fastest level. The fastest level in the game. Takes his 1 burn.
And
waiting.
Needs the long bar, though. Wait, where's the long bar?
And
no, and there's no long bar.
Oh, that was so mean. 28 piece draw. That's like 3% chance happening at any given moment.
It's still going to get a high 700K score.
That's a huge PB for him, and we're looking at a possible huge PB for Vince. 400,000, 104 lines, gets into transition, plays it safe.
Yes, very, very solid last games from Birb and Vince.
Right. And then there's Bidwell just there watching. Hi, Bidwell.
You don't have to say it like that.
Huh?
Like you can. I
mean, it's Bidwell. He can take it.
Okay. Remember what I was saying earlier. Remember kindness.
What? 533. Okay. Yeah, so we got like a mid 500,000s that Vince is chasing can get it before level 19. And we've seen how brutal level 19 is, how unsafe it can be in terms of getting points. But also Birb just showed that it is definitely possible.
Yeah, with a very stunning last game.
He was fighting the
all
entire
the
way. All right, Vince, one more Tetris, and that should be a qual PB from his side. Has the means to get Tetris ready. All right, is building up the left. This will be a great stack into level 19.
And there is the long bar for Vince.
That's boom. That's a misdrop. That's another misdrop, but that can be a Tetris.
And gets the Tetris.
All right. Now his focus is on the left side. There are 2, maybe 3 pieces that will work there. Waiting.
Gets that piece over, and the other one.
I think that was a quick tap. The squares could not have come at a worse time. Still impossible, not anymore.
It's going to be done at 572.
Modest, and respectable improvements. And we have results of our first games, 400, 500, and 700,000. Thank you to the 3 people who chose the earliest block.
Yeah, can we get a...